Hello, 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 Danny.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Doing good.
I'm readjusting my headset because this thing is kind of a piece of shit. Um, so how has your week been?
It's been pretty good. Pretty busy.
I feel that uh, working with Narnia, getting more stuff in the apartment set up to be more dog proof is a bigger challenge than I've been expecting. It's awful. Um, but finally got it set up uh, to where I've got like a makeshift like pee spot for her. So if she does pee, I just drag her ass over to it, and then I reward her for peeing in the spot.
Yeah.
And eventually, once I have the actual equipment, I'm gonna actually have like a pee pad for her, so that way I can literally just take it, dump it, and wash it out and rinse it and shit like that. So it'll be a lot cleaner. Um, but yeah. So, oh, what have anything crazy new with you this week?
I've been working on that second series I've been trying to do, and probably gonna record that tomorrow now that I actually have some downtime.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm taking a look at a bunch of stuff for us to talk about, and I'm like, good God. But yeah, no, I feel that the content grind is real, my G. It is real.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. Um. So I guess we'll just go kind of like right into it, and I think the first one that I should bring up, because I've got a couple points I'm going to bring up. I think the first one that you and I can both agree on is the new riding utensil, or riding, I guess the new vehicle for Destiny 2.
Yep.
This, what is it called? The skimmer?
It is called the Skimmer.
Yeah, isn't that basically just what Homeboy on what's the fucking name?
And Nimbus.
Nimbus, yeah. It's the thing that Nimbus rides.
Basically.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. I mean, you were saying last week that D2's been making some decent content, and that's a pretty big thing because we haven't had a vehicle that wasn't a Sparrow or a tank in. Well, that's pretty much it. We've literally only
Yeah.
had Sparrows and tanks.
Occasionally pikes, but
Yeah, but pikes are a fucking joke. Pikes are a joke. Come on now. They're
so
like they're like ghosts from Halo. Like, yeah, it's great
yeah.
until it's awful. So how do you feel about the skimmers?
I think it's a pretty good addition, especially because they mentioned we can do tricks on them.
Ooh, see, I did not see that. That is
So
interesting.
in the trailer, they showed two things. They showed the ability to do tricks and also the ability to rail grind.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Where are we gonna rail grind?
they showed them off in the Cosmodrome on the wing of the one of the planes.
Oh, that's
And
right, because of all the highway rails.
yep, and literally within like a few hours of the trailer being out, Destiny the meme had already edited together a short thing of Tony Hawk's Pro Skimmer.
God bless Destiny the meme. Oh my god. God bless that person who makes that fucking Twitter channel. Oh my god.
It's perfect.
It's great. Oh, that's beautiful. That's that's peak content right there. But yeah, no,
So
that's pretty banging.
I'm excited for it. They're introducing two. There's going to be the one that you can earn via quest, which is the one that they showed off in the trailer and the art. And Eververse will also have another one, which means that they're probably going to have more than just two of these in the near future.
Which is cool, which I'm fine with that. And I like the fact that it's tied, because I saw that it was tied into the All Stars, which is their version of Guardian games this year.
Which sounds pretty fun from everything that they've described.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
intrigued.
I've missed everything that they've talked about. I really haven't seen it. All I saw was Surfboard. So, if you wouldn't mind going into detail of like what's changing for Guardian games this year, because they called it All Stars this year.
Yep. This year, they are adding a few tweaks, primarily to the medallion system. They're adding a new tier called Diamond,
Okay.
which you can earn 3 of those per week. One from PvE, one from PvP, and one from watching a Twitch stream for 2 hours.
Oh, that's cool.
And each one of those will give you, well, it'll give your class a big boost in points when you put them in. But they've also done a few tweaks to the matchmaking systems during Guardian games. There will be the class specific, where it'll be class versus class matchmaking. And then they'll also have a mixed matchmaking system. So you're not forced to only play class versus class. You can do mixed matchmaking for every activity except for Gambit.
Guess fuck Gambit.
Gambit is class versus class only. Because Drifter demands it. And honestly, I think that's a pretty cool idea for Gambit.
Well, in all fairness, though, Gambit's been kind of shit on for the past, 2 years now? It really hasn't gotten shit.
This is the first thing that they've done for Gambit in a while. And
In a hot
I'm
minute.
intrigued.
Yeah. I do like the class versus class. It does make a lot of sense. However, the only thing I'm worried about is just if I play my Warlock and I load into a lobby and I see 6 Thunder Crash Titans, I might just leave. Like,
Strand
bruh.
Titan took over.
Which Titan?
Strand.
Oh no.
Strand Titan is real strong in PvE. But
Yeah.
I like that they've done that. Because they actually did include Gambit this time, which is like, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, I like the fact that they allowed you to not get the diamond for having to do Gambit, though, and just watching a Twitch stream. Because you can just have it on in the background while you're playing, which I think is super dope. Now, is the watching the Twitch stream, is it through specific streamers?
I'm not entirely sure on that. I think they might do it through the drop system, which would be pretty cool and would help out anybody that streams the game.
Oh, see, yeah, because that means as long as you have the drop system enabled, then even if you are only, if you're a smaller streamer that only streams to, 2 to 3 people, they still get the reward.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Which I'm hoping that's how they do it.
That's good. I fuck with that hard. I fuck with that super hard.
Also, they're adding some more new things.
Oh,
with the Guardian
more?
games. A brand new heavy arc waveframe grenade launcher.
Oh no.
It's going to have Volt Shot in the 3rd column.
Somebody call Buddha.
And also Chain Reaction in the 4th column.
Why? That's fucking turbo busted. The fuck?
And, heavy waveframe GLs are getting buffed when this thing gets added, too.
Oh my god. Who approved this?
They are giving us good stuff for PvE right now.
Who approved of this?
Lie.
The fuck? Oh my god. It's awful.
This is the only other heavy waveframe GL that they've added to the game since the one from Neomuna. It's the only other one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's more content, but damn, bro. Volt Shot 3rd column, Chain Reaction 4th? That's disgusting.
I'm very interested to see how this plays out because, it's forbearance, but a heavy weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna message Buddha and be like, "Hey, bud, new waveframe grenade launcher. Go have fun."
Oh, there's more than just that because they're adding the refresh to the regular activity pools. There's a strand waveframe grenade launcher coming to Iron Banner.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, looks like, well, even if I was going to log on to D2 anytime soon, that's not going to be happening.
And they're updating the perk pool for Taraxipos. So it will now get Slice and Precision Instrument in its perk pool.
Okay, that's a W. That's a big W. I'm down for that.
And the title SMG is getting Repulsor Brace in the third column and Surrounded.
Okay, alright. That's good because, I'm sorry, I feel like the title is just an ass-tier submachine gun.
Oh, it was.
Like,
Giving it those perks?
Yeah, makes it so much better. See, that's another W. That's a W I'm down for, because the title was ass. It is,
Yep.
Even with its, like, best in slot, it was still garbage.
Which makes me very excited for what they're going to do to the Solstice weapons.
Actually, or the Festival of the Lost weapons.
Mm-hmm. They're starting to give us more synergizing perks, which I'm happy about.
Which is good, because the biggest issue that I have with a lot of the... Because there's 4 main special events that happen throughout the year. Number 1 is Festival of the Dawn, that starts around Christmas time. Then there's Guardian Games. Then there's Festival of the Lost. No, my bad. It's
Solstice.
Yeah, Solstice is before Guardian Games. My bad. So it's
Solstice in summer.
Yeah, no, Solstice. Oh, that's right. Solstice is summer. Yeah, because Guardian Games is in the spring. So it's the Dawning, which is in winter. Then Guardian Games in spring. Solstice in summer. Festival of the Lost in the fall. The problem that I have with a lot of those events is, I'm gonna be honest, Danny, they're really bad, and they've been bad for a couple years. Like, yeah, they revamped a little bit of Festival of the Lost last year, but I'm gonna be honest, I think I liked the wave, like the having to travel through the waves and complete timers way more, because at least they changed how the maps worked. So you had a slightly different map, and it was completely RNG. It was basically a fucking, what is it called? Oh my god, I'm blanking on it. A roguelike. It was basically a roguelike. You didn't know what the fuck you were going to be fighting. So, but the Dawning has basically been the exact same dog shit it's been for years. Guardian Games has basically been the exact same dog shit it has been for years. Now, in all fairness, Solstice did get a massive change last year and the year before. But
the weapons were awful.
Still ass tier, yes. The rewards were still ass.
Like I was telling somebody else earlier this week, the rocket launcher that they gave us last year, which, hey, first strand, like, heavy weapon, they gave it such awful perks. Because I think they were afraid of making it as strong as Strand was when it shipped.
Which, in all fairness, is a pretty good take, because, again, it's a live service game. You can buff it, and you can change it how you want.
Which I'm hoping they do.
Yeah. But the big thing, if I was going to talk about, like, D2, like, stuff that I would like to see, I would like to see Sparrow Riding return to the Dawning.
Would be cool.
Yeah, like, people have been requesting it for years. We've brought back fucking zones that we didn't have before. We have new zones that we haven't had before. We have plenty of areas to go to do fucking Sparrow Riding. Please, bring back Sparrow games.
I think they might add an iteration of that for the skimmers.
Which I think would be cool, but I think they should allow you to have, even if you don't do the reward, you should still get, like, a rental skimmer. Or, if you do enough of them, where, like, they just give you, like, a free skimmer to use for the event, and then if you complete enough of the games, you get the special Dawning skimmer, then you can equip that skimmer, and then it overtakes the bullshit rental. I think that's a good model. That way if you miss getting the skimmer originally while it's first around for Guardian Games, you have it later.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a good model for them to do. It would also be a very good look, because and I'm gonna be real honest here. Destiny 2 has had some really good Twitch Prime rewards, but a lot of the shit's starting to get very hardcore repeated, and I'm like, I don't need this. Like, and a lot of the free stuff that they're giving right now is not super great. Like, I still appreciate the Twitch Prime rewards, and I still appreciate, like, all the in-game free shit that you get, but, big but, it's a lot of shit that's been repeated for the past couple years, and I feel like it all needs to be a bit revamped.
Yeah,
especially
it
with
needs
how
a
loyal
refresher.
especially with how loyal the community's been. So,
It is true.
yeah. But I think I agree with you. I think Destiny 2's headed in a good spot. I may stop by before I may start playing before the end of the year just to see what they do and all the kinds of crazy shit. I've just missed the past like 2 seasons because I just haven't been bothered. I can't be bothered with it. I don't really want to keep up to date with a lot of stuff. Like, I enjoyed fishing. That was pretty much it.
I will say this current season, the activity that they have for it is pretty well done.
And
It's
that's
not
good.
like mind-numbingly tedious.
Yeah, which again, another thing that's been an issue is seasonal activities normally are ass. Thank God they're changing that. All right, let's move on to a new topic, Danny. What do you have available that you want to start off with?
Let's see, well, that was my first point.
Well, okay. Well, see,
That was
here's
the
my
big
thing.
thing.
I took that one, so just go to your next one on the list.
My next one on the list was actually the other thing that I was excited about. Them actually fucking refreshing Prophecy, of all things.
Okay, Prophecy. Yeah, no, that's a good one, because that dungeon is old and it needed to be updated.
So what they're doing, they're going to be removing a Swift Verdict sidearm, the Long Walk Sniper, and the Last Breath Auto Rifle. The weapons are getting a new origin trait called Crossing Over. Weapons have increased range and handling for the top half of the magazine, while rounds from the bottom half of the magazine deal increased damage.
Okay,
That's a
that's
fun
good.
origin trait.
That's very good.
And coming in to replace the weapons that they're removing are the Prosecutor Auto Rifle, which is a primary arc precision frame auto, the Adjudicator SMG, which is a primary kinetic, and the Relentless Pulse Rifle, which is a high impact Rand pulse rifle.
Didn't we have that one a couple years ago?
They are old Trials of the Nine weapons that did not come back. So
Yeah.
they are the remaining, like, 3.
Well, that's good at least. So, hey, new content. I'm down for that.
And Judgment, the hand cannon, is getting changed to stasis.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take.
Darkest Before is being changed from arc to solar.
All right.
And A Sudden Death is being changed from arc to void.
Remind me which one is sudden death again?
The shotgun.
Remove it. I don't give a shit about shotguns. Fuck them. Fuck
But
shotguns.
I am very excited for that auto rifle, because that was one of the weapons that I didn't get a chance to even see before Trials of the Nine went away.
Okay, so it's something new for you.
It is interesting. I like that.
Okay. Any other games that you've got news about that you do want to talk about?
The main thing that I've got news on is Helldivers 2.
Oh, and I think I know exactly where you're coming from. The mech.
They have been testing the new stratagems, but I like the way they've been testing the stratagems.
All right, hit me with it.
Rather than doing it on like a private control server, they're randomly enabling them for certain players.
So
So
just
there was a
players are getting random stratagems, and they're like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
yeah, just a random thing is showing up in their unlocked stratagems when they go into missions. And one of them that they're testing is a jeep with a machine gun on the top of it.
I saw that. I saw that fucking clip on Twitter, and I immediately was like, "They are absolutely pandering to the Xbox Halo players right now."
It's like they're trying some new stuff. I don't think they've given people the mechs yet.
No, the mechs aren't out. As far as I know, the mechs are not out. However, I have heard that from what I've seen, the mechs look very good.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff coming for that game, and I'm excited to see more because that Helldivers 2 is what a live service game honestly should be.
Oh, 1,000%. Let the players decide whether or not it's good or not.
And they're cooking with it.
Yeah. Again, I will say it once and I'll say it again. Arrowhead's CEO, based.
Yeah, honestly, like, and you can tell some of the games that they've made in the past by how Helldivers 2 is. Because some people may know that they are the studio behind a little game called Magica.
That doesn't ring a bell to me, so you're going to have to explain that one.
So, Magica is a co-op game that you can play with up to 3 other people, I think.
How do you
It might be more.
how do you spell that?
In
Magica, here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Magica video game.
It is. It's been a while.
It's an action adventure game based on Norse mythology. Is this the one that I'm looking at? Is this correct? Yeah, no, Arrowhead Game Studios.
Yep. That's one of their earlier games.
Huh.
And it also has hilariously over-the-top friendly fire. Which, considering the kind of game that is, can be very, very easy to do accidentally.
All for the name of democracy.
And it's very fun. It's a very fun game.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Helldivers 2. I actually talked to Mama Fox, and once I find a job, I have convinced her for me to be able to buy a PS5, and go get Helldivers, even though the PS6 is coming out. Because here's the issue: is that by the time I'm ready and I have the money saved, if the PS6 is getting ready to come out, I'm not gonna buy the PS6. Instead, I'm just gonna buy a fucking desktop.
That's fair.
So I'm like, the laptop, it can only handle so much, and I kind of need more space.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Alright. I'm going to bring up a point, and I don't know if you saw it, of the Nintendo Home stream.
Oh, is it the new Pokemon game?
Yes, Pokemon Legends. Now, it's Pokemon ZA or AZ or whatever the fuck it's called. Stars back in Kalos, I think. It's stars specifically around, from what we can tell, Lumio City. And there's a lot of theories that are coming out of it is Lumio City while it was being built. Because it shows the development plans of Lumio City. Or it's Lumio City in the future. Because think about it, right? I believe it's Kalos, right? The region?
I think it is.
Yeah, because it's based on France. It's based on the country France. Like every other region's based on a specific actual real life country. Kalos is based on France, if I'm correct. So, and Lumios is supposed to resemble Paris. And for those of you that don't remember, if you ever played those games, Lumios is fucking massive. It is huge. Even in X and Y, it was still a bitch and a half to travel through. You literally had to do circles around the entire thing. It took you a while to get through. Right? And so I wonder if they're going to make it basically the size. Excuse you, storage. Fuck off. I did not ask to free up more storage space. If they make it the size of what I think they're going to make it, and they're basically going to turn it into its own, like, separate thing, to where it's the entirety of the city. Because when you really think about it, okay, Paris is huge. Paris is a massive city. And it takes a while to actually walk across the entirety of Paris. I'm wondering if they are going to do strictly Lumios as, like, the centerpiece.
Be interesting to see.
Yeah, because it'd be the first time that a Pokemon game strictly centers around, like, one city. Other than Pokemon Stadium. But I don't think that really counts. Because every other Pokemon game has, like, multiple fucking areas you go to and multiple regions and all kinds of crazy shit. So it would certainly be interesting. The only issue that not the only issue. There's a couple issues that I have with it. I like what they showed. I liked that they're going back to Kalos, but it's kind of weird when they kind of shit on Pearl and Diamond. So I would have preferred to have a Pearl and Diamond remake. But the thing with Lumios, the issue is that unless they scale it super fucking hard and they make it, like, massive as fuck, it's going to feel really bad. Because you're now centered around a singular city instead of going out into the wild. And where do you catch most of your fucking Pokemon at?
I was also kind of wondering how they were going to do that.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that I have. I really, really hope that it's not just the city, but I want them to make Lumios massive. I want them to make that city so fucking large, you can legit spend 30 minutes in it and still not get through it.
Which, like, since it is one of the Legends games, it is going to be more kind of open world.
Yeah, instead of, like, a streamline.
Yeah. Plus, they did mention that they're going to take a little while to make this one, so good.
Yeah, because the other thing that I think about is the best way that they could make use of the fact that Lumios is huge is, if you remember correctly, in Lumios, you can only go into certain shops. If they make it so you can go into every single building and every single floor, that instantly adds gameplay. That instantly adds so much time worth of gameplay. Like, is it a struggle to design that? Probably. But I think Pokemon players would be ecstatic about that. Though, like, if you get caught breaking and entering, it's a little different.
Yeah, like, if they actually take the time and, like, give the team enough time to actually, like, work on that, I think they could make it work.
Yeah, 1,000% agreed. Because I liked Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think that it was way better designed. I think it's way better designed than Sword and Shield. I think it's way better designed than Scarlet and Violet. I think it's the best Pokemon game that we've gotten since Pearl and Diamond. Because I wasn't a complete fan of X and Y. I hate Black and White. I think Black and White, other than the boss music, I think is fucking garbage. X and Y was mid. Sun and Moon were mid. Sword and Shield was fucking terrible. And Scarlet and Violet is also mid. Like, we haven't had a good main series Pokemon game since Pearl and Diamond. Like, if you really break it down. And that's depressing to me. Like, Legends of Arceus was the first one that was like, alright, this is pretty solid.
It's the first one in a while that they've done something different.
Mm-hmm. I like also the fact that we're going back to Mega Evolutions. Thank God.
It has been a while since they've done anything with them.
Yeah, all these new fucking mechanics is just like so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. Like, on one, like, a mechanic that I love. I love regional variants. Z moves, trash. Terrestrialization is just a temporary mega evolution. Like, what the fuck? Like, Mega Evolution was so good, and we took it for granted. And then we got handed the absolute dog pile of shit that was fucking Z moves. And I'm like, good God. So I agree with you. I'm glad that they're taking the time on this game, and I really, really, really fucking hope that it comes out well. Because after the past series of games, because here's the issue, is that Pokemon players will play whatever Pokemon game comes out. But over the course of the years, Nintendo has lost a lot of Pokemon players.
Yep.
Because they keep... The biggest issue that I have, and I get that it's Nintendo, and with Nintendo, you have certain things that happen, right? Like, you have, you need to make sure that your game is constantly kid-friendly, right? I get that. I understand. However, all of the recent games have been dumbed down so fucking bad, a chimpanzee can play the fucking game and be perfectly fine. Like, I get accessibility, but I would like to see a game, a Pokemon game, for adult audiences that isn't Pal World.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see... That is a big issue that I have with Pokemon games, and I'm about to rant for a minute, so I apologize in advance, Danny. Is as an older player of the game series, I have been playing effectively since Leaf Green and Fire Red. I have played every single game other than OG Gold and Silver. I have played every single game that's came out up into Scarlet and Violet, where I just couldn't. I looked at it and I was like, this is fucking atrocious. And I stopped buying games. Because they made another console, and I was like, I can't afford it because you guys jacked up the prices yet again to the level of 2000s console prices. Or 90s console prices. And then they shipped out a bunch of mid-tier fucking content and mid-tier games, and I'm like, my brother in Christ, please listen to your audience. Give us an adult level Pokemon game with all the nitty gritty, the gruesome shit, the haughty shit, right? Give me that. Give me a Pokemon game that doesn't treat me like a fucking idiot. And give me a Pokemon game that's not a main series Pokemon game. Like, one of those three. I would take one of those three. It doesn't have to be all three. But one of those three needs to be added into these upcoming Pokemon games. Because a lot of players are losing faith in Nintendo because of it. Because it's like, it's the same shit every year. It just gets worse and worse. And I'm just like, why? You know your player base is getting older. Like, the majority of the people that play the game are not 10-year-olds anymore. It's people that are 20, 30, 40 plus that are playing the fucking game. I learned how to play Pokemon by riding in a moving truck with my mother as we moved to the Midwest. She handed me a Pokemon. She handed me a Game Boy, literally a Game Boy Color. Or no, not a Game Boy Color. It was a Game Boy Advance. She handed me a Game Boy Advanced, a copy of Leaf Green, and a dictionary. And she said, if you don't know what one of these words means, look it up. And I spent 8 hours to where we were moving and 8 hours back playing that Pokemon game with my dictionary out and open, learning what the fuck explosion meant. Like, the fuck, man? Your Nintendo. Your players are not children anymore. Your main audience are not children. Please, for the love of God, make a fucking adult Pokemon game.
It reminds me of one of the things that I've always been confused why they've never done this. Why have they never bothered to, like, remaster or re-release the, like, either Gale of Darkness or Colosseum?
Oh, both certified bangers.
Like, I genuinely think that's what a majority of the Pokemon player base kind of wants.
I would love to see remasters. I would love to see a continuation of the series. Because technically, because Gale of Darkness is a continuation off of Colosseum.
And they're not, like, they don't really pull punches either.
Oh no, those were banging games.
Like, they were darker
They were
than a lot of the mainline games.
Oh my god, they were so fucking dark. Another series of dark games, Mystery Dungeons and Pokemon Ranger.
Yep.
Also incredibly dark fucking games. Like, shit, I would take Pokemon Stadium! A remastered version of Pokemon Stadium with all however many fucking Pokemon we have now. What are we up to, 1,000 at this point?
Like, it would be a great thing to bring back, especially if they bring it back with the mini games.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Like, people have been wanting new games for a very, 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 very long time. And we just never got them. And I'm like, go ahead.
I'm almost like 100% sure the only reason they haven't bothered is because it was made by a third-party studio.
Which is crazy to me, because it's some of their best-selling games.
It, like, for someone that wasn't, like, a team that wasn't involved with Game Freak, they made really good 3D models for the time that those games came out.
Oh, absolute bangers. Absolute. And the crazy part is, XD Gale of Darkness still holds up to this day.
Yeah,
like
it does.
Like, yeah, sure, the graphics are certainly dated, but it's still good. Also, Mirror B's theme music. Ooh, that funk. Ooh.
Mirror B is like one of the most like outstanding Pokemon characters.
1,000%. Mirror B's fucking character is so iconic to OG Pokemon players.
Cause like it takes the idea of that one trainer that only uses this one Pokemon and takes it to the next level.
Mirror B and his fucking Ludicolo.
Only Ludicolo.
Will forever fucking be rinsed into my mind as such a pain in the ass. Like, oh my fucking god. Like, the boss at the end of Gale of Darkness. You find Lugia, and you know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to Master Ball his Lugia instantly. And then you fight his whole team of Shadow Pokemon, and then rinse and repeat, you take all his shit. You fucking robbed the man. You robbed an old fucking decrepit man.
It is the only Pokemon game where you literally steal the Pokemon.
You are OG Team Rocket!
Yeah, you literally get to be Team Rocket.
You get to be Team Rocket, but for good. It's wild. Like, and see, that Shadow Pokemon, that is a fun mechanic.
It is.
That was a super fun mechanic that they never brought back. And that pisses me off to no end. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look up who developed Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Who developed that?
I'm trying to remember too.
Genius Sonority is the developer.
Because I knew that Gale of Darkness and Coliseum were made by a third party, and Stadium was also made by a third party.
Yeah, Genius Sonority. I'm gonna assume they made Gale of Darkness, so I'm gonna assume that they also made Coliseum.
I think so.
Yeah, and then I don't know uh, who made Pokemon Stadium. Uh, Actually, so this is interesting. Pokemon Stadium was actually made uh by HAL Laboratory with Nintendo Entertainment.
HAL Laboratory is the people behind Smash.
Yeah, which also another game that we have. Well, actually, no, we did get a Snap recently, didn't we?
Uh, yes, there is a more recent Snap.
Yeah, which okay, I'll give them that one. Snap was and I heard I know I have not gotten a chance to play the new version of Snap, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I have seen it, and it does look pretty good.
Like
They stay pretty faithful.
it's Snap. Like you take
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
It's a pretty standard thing. But yeah, no, like Pokemon, Nintendo, and this is something that we can also talk about of Nintendo shutting down Super Smash Bros. Melee's tournaments. By the way, I don't remember if you saw that. Now this is something that's not new. It's been happening for the past like
Yeah.
couple months. Nintendo, I'm sorry, Nintendo needs to get off their high horse and just admit defeat. People don't want to play the newest versions of Smash because a lot of shit about it suck.
It's just that, like,
Oh, my
they
dog's
have to
snoring. I was trying
ban
to
too
figure that
much.
out. Yeah, like, well, and it's not just that. It's just like a lot of the characters suck.
It's just like, I get that they tried to, like, expand things with the roster and have, like, more variety here and there, but a lot of them kind of just play the same
Yeah, because
when you think about it.
well, yeah, because when you think about it, right, the whole reason why Super Smash came out was because Nintendo wanted a foothold. They wanted to kick in the door on the fighting, into the fighting tournament games, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they wanted to compete with Tekken, King of Fighters, Soul Calibur, right? They wanted to compete with those guys. Here's the difference, though. All of those games got better with every version.
Yup.
Like almost every single one of them, with the exception, I think, of like a couple Mortal Kombats, which a lot of people don't talk about because they're not good. But
And
like,
I think Smash actually did kind of peak at Brawl. I think Brawl is probably like all around it's probably the better one, but Melee holds more nostalgia for people, and the GameCube just works better for a tournament setting.
yeah, and then they're trying to discontinue the tournaments because it has to be over internet, and I'm like, you do realize that you can't hold a tournament over internet on GameCube, right? Like,
No, you can't.
yeah, like you have to have a LAN. Like that makes zero fucking sense. And I'm just like, that's something that I think that is like the one major thing about Nintendo as a company that I respect Microsoft and Sony for is Microsoft and Sony don't really copyright things a whole lot, and they don't
Not
really,
with tournaments and stuff.
yeah, because they're like, people are playing our games, cool.
It's free PR.
Yeah, it's free PR. Nintendo, like, Nintendo has this such a high fucking ego about, like, it's ours. You have to listen to what we say. And I want Nintendo to listen. Nobody fucking cares. Welcome to the internet in 2024. If I want to emulate and play Project L, or what is it, what was the Smash version? Project M something?
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was Project something. Like, yeah, it's an emulator. Guess what? Nobody fucking cares. It's gonna happen anyways. People are gonna... Do you know how many fucking Pokemon streamers emulate fucking Pokemon games? Congratulations.
For a lot of the games, it's kind of the only way you can, and a lot of times you'll play like ROM hacks and stuff like that. Like, it alters the experience of the game in some cases for better. Like, I know there are some ROM hacks that go back to the older games and hit them with some of the more recent balance changes that make them more fun to play, like playing the original games. The original games are the most unbalanced games in the series. Playing a ROM
Yeah.
hack that fixes those makes it a much more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, or playing stuff that are Nuzlocke specifics, right? Like
Yeah.
a great example is Emerald Kaiso, which came out a couple years ago. And for a lot of people, right, the two big ones that I saw that I watched, the two YouTubers that I watched was Pokemon Challenges, who does strictly Nuzlocks, and Wolfie VGC, who specifically is a competitive Pokemon player. Like they both did full playthroughs of Pokemon Emerald Kaiso, and it is a fucking nightmare. The
Yeah.
the game is designed to beat your ass. Like
Yeah.
it is designed that every fight it basically places the other person, like the AI is now a competitive Pokemon player.
Yeah. Like I have seen specific like ROM hacks that are essentially their own game.
Oh yeah.
And they are tough as nails Pokemon games.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of Pokemon games that are like bunch of ROM hacks that are cool, right? Like the one where you become a gym leader.
There's one that I'm trying to think of, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it's entirely fan made, even down to the sprites. Everything has been done by fans, and including like the story, everything, locations different. They've done some tweaks to Pokemon that are not like official, but they've made a tough as nails game where if you do not know competitive team setups, it will beat your ass.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon ROM hacks like that, and the problem is that Nintendo constantly wants to shut them down because it's not their property.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Which, as long as you don't charge anything for it, you have that fun fair use loophole.
yeah, exactly. And guess what? I don't know a single Pokemon ROM hack that requires you to spend money.
Exactly.
Like, I Nintendo, and that's the ultimate point that I guess I'm trying to get to is that Nintendo really needs to stop like kicking themselves in the ass. Like they really just need to stop. And the biggest thing is that they need to listen to their player base more. Like the player base is what drives your game. If you have no player base, nobody buys your game. And if nobody buys your game, you have no money. And if you have no money, your shit shuts down. It's really not that hard to comprehend.
Yep.
And it's just like, and again, like I said, people who are Pokemon diehard fans, like they will buy every single game that comes out, and they will buy the newest console, and they will do whatever it takes to to play Pokemon. But for the players like you and me, who just we gave up, because we didn't get Pokemon games that were not necessarily tailored to us, but that just they weren't for us.
It's like most of the more recent Pokemon experiences have been made for people that haven't played the games before.
Yeah, it's made for
And
10-year-olds and idiots.
There's not really that many people, even if they haven't played a Pokemon game. It's been around for so long now that like there's not many people that don't know what the game is or how it's played.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple to comprehend. I guarantee you, other than like very special mechanics like Z moves, and like terrestrialization, like Mega Evolution is also really simple. Give item to Pokemon, it does X thing. Congratulations, you've described every other item that a Pokemon can hold on to. Like, you can watch pretty much any Pokemon game other than Gen 1, like OG Gen 1, and basically know how the game works.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty simple. Pokemon have still had 4 moves. You can still run from wild Pokemon battles. You still can't catch an enemy trainer's Pokemon. And you still have to go collect badges or whatever the fuck to go to the Elite Four and become the champion. It's the same
And, like,
fucking game.
even right now, I think instead of the way that they have kind of organized the games lately, they added a feature that I think is better than any tutorial in like the previous few games.
Okay, and what's that?
It tells you what types are effective against what types.
Oh, yes, you don't
It
have
just
to
straight up
memorize
tells
it.
you.
Yeah, it just straight up tells you. Which,
That's better than any tutorial.
that, like, congratulations. You can skip any other tutorial. And that's throughout the entire game.
Yeah, it's like it does not go away. It's just there. It will tell you. So you don't need a tutorial. It's like that. That's it. You're good.
Yeah, that's really all you need to know. And guess what? If you need to know what items do, congratulations! You go to your inventory and you scroll over the item, and it tells you what it does.
Yep. It's like they already have everything that they need to anyone that may be a new player. And it's not like hand-holdy enough that it's annoying to people that already know how to play the game.
Yeah. It feels a lot... The games just became so dumbed down through recent generations that I'm just like... Again, I think Sword and Shield, really not a good game. It's not.
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet...
Scarlet and Violet, the story picks up much later into the game, and I'm kind of sad that it takes as long as it does to pick up. Because the story is actually good. Whoever wrote the story for that, they need to keep writing stories for the games.
The story should have been a lot earlier.
Yeah, the gameplay is where a lot of the issues were. Because that big open world, they did not give them enough time to work out what needed to be worked out.
The bugged out tree in Sword and Shield?
Falling. Oh, Scarlet and Violet was... Jesus Christ, they did not give the team enough time to finish that game.
Yeah, because they're trying to pump out content so they can make sales, so they can go home happy and rich. Like, again, another issue of fucking a company rushing fucking something out and then be like, oh, we'll just fix it later. Like, it's one thing if something you realized was like, oh, that's really broken. We didn't think of that. Oh, God, we need to fix that. But Nintendo's not the same. They go, nah, we'll fix it later. They're not worried about it. They ship something out that's half-assed, and then people still fucking buy it. And then the people will like, they'll fix it later. And I'm like, no, that's not okay. Release the entirety of the game without fucking bugs. Like, please.
That is the sole reason why I was so happy that at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, we've gotten so many good games that have come out. Basically completely done. The only issues mainly being server stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, a great example is Helldivers. Helldivers is a great game. Like, there's very few bugs. And, like, what does happen, that's probably intentional. Like, again, friendly fire. Don't shoot your fucking teammate, dickhead.
Yeah.
Right?
And, the bugs that have been introduced to the game as patches have been rolling out, they tend to fix pretty quickly.
Yeah, because it's shit they didn't think of. Because, guess what? The active player base now has free reign. They're gonna find and try and break the game where they can.
And
like,
it's gonna become more prevalent, because there's close to 500,000 concurrent players.
Yeah, RIP that server base. Good God.
Yeah, look, they've had to extend the server cap and get, like, more servers. Like, at least 6 or 7 times since the game's come out.
Which, in all fairness, is a good thing.
Yeah, because, like, they expected numbers kind of like the first game, which the first game is, like, top-down, kind of like a twin-stick shooter, the way that it plays.
Yeah,
So they were expecting this game to kind of do similarly in sales, and it went way beyond what they ever expected.
yeah, and also I want to point out, Helldivers is third person.
Yep.
The last good third person game I played was Gears of War 3.
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago did that fucking come out?
It's been a hot minute. Like I've
Actually, you know
tried.
what? Let's find out. When did
Yeah,
Gears of War 3 come out? Gears of War 3 release date. Let's look that up. When did it come out? 2011! Fucking 13 years ago!
it's been a while. Like
It's been a minute! Over a decade since a
I've
really good
tried
third
some.
person shooter came out.
Yeah, like I've tried different third person games
They're all ass. They're so
over
bad.
time.
Companies don't know how to
Um,
make third person games. I really don't understand.
like for instance, I tried to get into Division and Division 2. It just kind of
I Division is kind of interesting. I think the Division is. I think they're trying to hit. They're doing the big thing that I can say is that number one, they are actively trying to hit the mark. Like, and if they don't hit the mark, they go back and go like, all right, how did we miss this? Let's try something different. And they're constantly updating, constantly adding new weapons, constantly changing builds, constantly doing things to alter the story, constantly fucking adding more content. Like, I like Division 2. I streamed Division 2. I beat the
it,
main series. Like, I beat the fucking storyline of it. Like, it's a good fucking game. There's just problems with Division 2. But that's going to be with every game.
yep. It's one of those things. Like I couldn't stick with it because for me it took too long to get to the point where most enemies weren't just bullet sponges.
Oh, yeah, constantly having to upgrade your shit. Good God. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that
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 is.
got a little too much.
Yeah, the constantly having to fucking add shit in and fix shit and then upgrade is. That's the only part about the game is that it's it's another fucking grindy game. Which, if I wasn't constantly playing Destiny 2 at that time when I first streamed Division 2, I probably would have stayed with Division 2 a lot longer. But it's a grindy game. And I want to play more games with buddies of mine that are a little bit more faster paced.
Yep. And another game I tried of a similar vein was Outriders. I tried that because it was like free with Game Pass.
Oh God, yeah, and Outriders. Everyone said that Outriders was going to be the D2 killer, and it wasn't good.
It just like it was a complete game. I will give them that. It was a complete game. The problem is it's the model that they tried to do with it did not work for how the game was. The game kind of felt more like it was meant to be either a single player or just a standalone like co-op game, not a MMO-esque co-op game.
Yeah, well, and one of the big things that I had a problem with it didn't launch with crossplay, and then when they did
Yep.
launch with crossplay, it was really shitty connections.
Oh yeah, no, their servers were awful.
Yeah, and that was a big issue that I had was they just didn't they didn't handle the popularity well. Like, you want to talk about how handling a popularity, handling, servers and stuff. Helldivers 2 did it correctly, while Outriders failed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the difference. Outriders couldn't handle it. They didn't increase the servers. They didn't fix crossplay fast enough. Like, the hype died down long before it should have. Because the game, like, yes, it was a complete game, but there was also a fuck ton of issues with the game.
It was like at least a month before they started getting a handle on the server issues. And at that point, a lot of people had just like quit trying. I
Yeah.
will say some people did come back when they dropped the DLC, which again, another complete story. There wasn't anything else to it, but it had the same issue that the base game did. And once you finish that story, there kind of wasn't a reason to do anything else.
Yeah, which is just an issue, right? Like, which I don't think is a problem, but they made it to
They marketed it as like a live service S game, and it didn't have any continuation. If they would have marketed it as like a standalone experience, you can play it alone, you can play it with friends. There were not really servers involved. I think it actually would have been better.
yeah, and I hate to fucking do this, but I need to say it is that if you wanted to play Outriders 2, guess what? Or Outriders, you could just go play Borderlands 3 instead.
You could just go play Borderlands 2 instead.
Yeah. Like, and guess what? Borderlands 3's campaign sucked. I hated the fucking villains. Fuck the twins. But guess what? Their DLCs, certified bangers.
Yeah, no, the DLC from everything that I heard made up
Oh,
a lot.
yeah, the DLCs absolutely fucking eclipsed the main story. Like, yeah, the main story sucked, but getting to go see all the planets was cool. Getting to go see all the people from the Telltale games, getting to go see a lot of the older players or the older characters was cool. Seeing people actually age was really cool. Yeah. Seeing Tina grow up and not be so tiny anymore was super cool. And again, the DLCs, other than like the first one, they were all really good.
It's a good way of doing things, and I'm gonna add another game to the third person list because like it has a lot of players, and I can see the appeal of it. Is also Warframe. I tried.
I can't do Warframe. I can't fucking do it.
It's way too much of a grind.
It's way too much of a fucking grind. It's like, fucking miserable.
I play with some friends who have like the newer stuff. The newer stuff, very fun in Warframe. The problem is the amount of stuff that is in the game because they don't take anything out of the game, which I know is like the main thing that people complain about Destiny, that they vaulted stuff. Destiny, you can start as a brand new account and get to in-game activity in like a week.
Oh, 1,000%, yeah.
Warframe, it's going to take you months.
Yeah. Like, if you didn't start from the beginning, don't join now. Unless you want to dedicate your entire life to fucking playing Warframe.
Yeah, like, it is... If you're not doing anything else grindy, absolutely. It's a great game. It's fun. If you play a lot of grindy games...
It will take a toll on your body.
Yep, it's just like jumping into MMOs. Like, jumping into an MMO now as a fresh account for a lot of different MMOs. If you cannot dedicate basically all of your gaming time to that MMO, it's gonna feel like running into a brick wall.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something that, like, I would say, like, World of Warcraft did a lot better. Like, because as someone who plays through Classic right now and leveling through SOD, the grind to level is rough in Classic. But they streamlined it so fucking hard for retail that you can reach level 80 max level within a week. It used to take months to get to max level. So, it's just, that's another issue that's with grindy games and such, is just, if games don't help, like, I get, because a lot of the old letters are like, retail is bad because it just makes you don't appreciate the grind anymore. Like, yeah, but also sometimes people also want to get through. The problem is that nobody's got to be happy, and you just have to find some kind of compromise where old players are like, it's okay, and new players are like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, it's the thing that I think, again, we go back to Arrowhead CEO saying that, yeah, like, our game's not for everybody. That's kind of a more accurate mentality a lot of people have in playing games as you get older.
Based.
Because you realize, like, games are supposed to be fun. If I'm not having fun and I'm playing this game like it's my job, I should probably play something else.
Yes. Like, play a different fucking game. It's not that hard. Yeah. Like, That's why you should have multiple games that you play. Like, if one game's starting to make you mad, go play a different game. Shit, I literally did that yesterday. I tried to stream. I got on I literally played one game of tanks on stream. I died miserably, and I had dog shit teammates. And I literally just fucked off of tanks, ended my stream, and I went to go play League and played TFT. Because I was already in a bad mood. So I went to go play a game that I enjoyed.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes it helps a lot by just being like, you know what? I'll just go play something else.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, as a gamer, you should do that. Nobody needs to be breaking keyboards or breaking controllers or TVs or monitors. Like, nobody needs that. Like, go play something else.
In a famously quoted line, it ain't that deep.
Facts. Facts. Oh. All right, I think we've been on this rant a little bit too long. Let's do one more point, and I think we'll end for the night. Do you have any other games or stuff, any other points that you want to talk about?
Let's see. The only other thing that I've been doing is due to some people's interest in wanting to get me into a game. I have been trying to play 14.
14.
Final Fantasy.
Oh no!
I'm giving it a fair chance. I'm getting to level 32.
That's the MMO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god,
I'm giving it a fair chance.
I can't do it. I can't do it. After playing WoW, I can't do another fucking MMO. The grind is so fucking rough on MMOs. I have to give up on MMOs. Like,
Yeah,
I want instant gratification.
It's kind of why primarily I stick with like FPS games and the whatnot, because I don't want to have to like read a paragraph on one thing to know what it does. I just want to do.
Yeah, no, facts. I feel that. And like the Final Fantasy, like, and it's crazy because like you take a look at like Final Fantasy's abilities versus like World of Warcraft's abilities, and they are two vastly different things.
Yeah.
Like Warcraft, like World of Warcraft has like, and I'm gonna put this into perspective, right? Like, as I play as Elemental Shaman in World of Warcraft Classic on Wrath, I cast Lightning Bolt. I do damage. I have like two things that can happen. I can either proc one of my trinkets, or I crit, and now my next two spells are 50% off on the next cast. Final Fantasy XIV, one button, and then your entire screen lights up with 5 million things that you now have to do.
So, like, from the way that it was explained to me and the way that I've experienced it, they added a global cooldown at some point for abilities. So, like, when you are lower level, it feels very painful. It feels less painful when you get to higher level, when you have things that reduce that cooldown.
Yes.
And that, from my experience, is real bad for a new player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, haste is a thing.
It's like... The other thing, because of the way that I normally play games, the amount of hotbars for things in 14 is like...
I've seen Trent Immortal's fucking videos on Final Fantasy XIV, Danny. I have seen them. The fucking 70 to 80 goddamn buttons thrown up. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, like, for me,
no.
I do good to manage like 5 to 8 buttons on this keyboard because I do not have an MMO mouse. If I had an MMO mouse, it might be easier. But I am not good at mentally juggling that rotation and all of those cooldowns. Whereas, comparatively, if we take, like, something that is a pseudo-MMO wrapped up in an FPS case... Oh, look, it's Destiny 2. I can wrap my head around the mechanics of that. Because it's do this thing, either stand in this plate, activate this mechanic. You at most use like 2 buttons.
Yeah. Which, and again, I know a lot of players from D2 are like, we would like to see new mechanics, which in all fairness, yeah, some of the mechanics have gotten quite stale, like standing on plate until plate is finished.
Plate.
Yeah, or having to stand on multiple plates, or make sure to get off the fucking plate, right? Like, there are certain mechanics that are annoying because they're just so old and they're so dumb, and you're like, why does this still exist? And then there's new mechanics that are really obnoxious and really fucking annoying, and why the fuck does this goddamn mechanic exist? A great example, in my opinion, is the plates in all of the fucking nightfalls that you've ever had to do, then having to go and stay in a goddamn line in Garden of Salvation.
Oh, the divinity puzzles.
Yes, the fucking divinity puzzles. Oh my fucking god. Miserable. Why? It's like, and I guess we can end on something like that of like, make the mechanic fun, don't make it obnoxious.
It's like it's always gonna like roll back to that point of like some games are just not for everybody. And that's okay.
Yeah, if you can't do jumping puzzles, don't fucking play D2.
It's like there's other stuff to do in that.
Yeah, like standing on plates.
Yeah, there's standing on plates, there's everything that they did with Crota.
Oh, okay. Yeah, standing behind... My bad. Instead of standing behind plates, or standing on plates, you're now standing behind pillars.
Yeah, it's like you're charging well, the way that they did it in D2, you have to charge a chalice to become enlightened, and then you use the enlightened on the plate. And it just, like, instantly fills it faster.
Yeah. And there's also the prophecy dungeon of, like, hey, grab the motes and dunk them. But you don't understand why you're not getting certain motes. You have to kill something while you're in shaded or light.
And then we have the best one that they just added, Warlord's Ruin. Which is actually fun. It's kill boss, claim totem, kill boss.
Ah, so stupid simple.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely... I like it the most because there is the least time between any kind of boss encounter in any of the dungeons. It's just boss, boss, and then boss.
Oh, well, boss, grab totem, then boss.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of grabbing totems for the bosses, but you're going to be within range of the boss anyway while you're grabbing the totem, so it doesn't feel as bad as standing on plate that's in the same spot.
Also, I like the fact that it's finally a dungeon of just kill shit. That's the, like, there's no other objective. Kill shit.
Kill shit, it's in a badass castle, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I'll have to play, next time you stream D2, let me know, and I'll hop on, so that way you can take me through, because I do want to experience it, because that's the newest dungeon, right?
It's good.
Yeah. Actually, I will say, though, I think the dungeon that you and I had the most fun with, I think in recent memory, still has to be the 30th anniversary dungeon.
Oh, Grasp.
That dungeon, so much fun. But, holy shit, fuck the servo. Or fuck the shank. Fuck the shank at the end.
That shank is the worst part of the entire dungeon.
That, absolutely. Otherwise... the whole dungeon is fun. The whole dungeon is great. You can finish it in 30 minutes. And it's a phenomenally well dungeon.
Actually, why I like Pit of Heresy. Pit of Heresy takes, like, no time at all when you're in a team.
Yeah, and you actually know what the fuck you're doing.
It's fast.
Like,
it's faster now.
Oh, yeah, with, like, the 5 million skips that you can fucking do.
And the fact that rockets are back to their former glory.
Thank God. God, I miss rockets being good. Holy shit.
Rockets with Galley, especially also Tuesday, because Galley is getting 2 more rounds in reserve.
Ooh, interesting to see the Galley's getting a buff after they nerfed it.
Galley, Deathbringer, and Truth.
They buffed Deathbringer? Let's
Yes.
go!
More reserve ammo. 2 extra shots for all 3 of those rockets.
We love to fucking see that.
Crew still sucks, but the other 2 are really good.
Truth will forever suck. That's a fucking exotic that needs a goddamn rework. That exotic blows. That exotic
so
sucks
bad.
ass. It's so bad. It's so ass. Oh my fucking god.
It really is.
It's like Salvation's Grip. There's no point other than to get outside of the map.
The sad thing is they actually did rework Salvations, and it's still...
Ass.
Yeah, no, there's just better options.
Yeah, like, there's way better fucking grenade launchers.
Yep.
But, alright, before this video goes on any way too long, Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on both YouTube and Twitch at CatboxDanny, and also the second channel, which is CatboxDanny Videos. I just released a new one today on the M6.
Let's go. You can also find me on YouTube and Twitch at DominiFox, or you can find me on Twitter at DominiFox1. I'm going to have Kate make us some little special, like, things to put above or below us, hopefully soon, so that way we can have our socials while the stream is going on. So that'll be cool. With that being said, thank you all so much for stopping by. We both really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll catch you guys next time.